without a scope, only the shot matters. Now, let's say like here, you want to take this and then do something like right on the like most impactful point, which is like around here. And then 3 frames later, obviously you go back to normal. Same here, and here it looks like this when you see the hand. So I'll just do like the DSR velo would probably look something like this. You take the scar is like that's just okay. Keyframe pacing, like the place where the exact frame where you place your keyframe is as important as wait 1 sec.
After this, we're starting pod, boys.
Let's go.
Wait, do I have my noise suppression off? Oh, I do. All right. So the keyframe placing in the time is as important as the graph, right? So you want to like keep in mind that the place that you place your keyframe needs to be very careful. You can't just place it like randomly. Oh, shot's over. I'll just put it here, I guess. Like every single one has like a sort of a defined place where it can be for normal velo. And then there's obviously like if you're doing experimental velo, go different. But here, this is like obvious velo, right? So with a DSR, there's 2 types of DSR frags. There's a DSR with a reload, and there's a DSR without a reload. Without a reload, you kind of want to lack movement in the beginning, but with a reload, you want to have movement, which means, let's say that you do this, right? This is how it's going to look. You're going to take the node to the right and drag it fully to the... You're going to take the right node of the middle keyframe and drag it fully to the right, maybe a little bit less, and drag it up a little bit. And this one can go like something like... Actually, yeah, you drag it fully to the right, and then this goes something like this. There's just like a nice ramp up, right? Now, let's see on the top one.
Okay. No, I said my favorite editor, Aries, with AI.
With the top, okay, so with the top node, you kind of do the same. You go until, okay, it depends on if you want to do smooth velo or sharp velo, right? So, very sharp velo would look like this, like extremely unnecessarily sharp velo would look like this.
Way too sharp.
Now, the reason that this doesn't work is because you lack movement in the beginning. Movement in the beginning is everything that matters. You can't go from this to this to this. Like, no movement in the beginning, but it lacks impact because there's 2 little frames. Now, let's say you want to do sharp velo, like, I would personally do something like this. Like, drag this fully to the left and then drag it a little bit down, and then take this to the right.
The amount of times I use that.
Wait, so is this for like without reload?
That is how I would do. That is how I would do sharp velo. What?
Is it only for without reload or?
Okay.
This is for without reload. Reload would look like this.
Oh, that was
reload
you?
would look like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Sir.
My bad.
Reload would look like this because you want more movement, but it looks bad without reload. I can't really explain how reload looks like. I don't do graphs like this on reload. But this is like sharp velo, right? I don't like this that much, but if you like sharp velo, you would go for something like this. But the thing is with sharp velo, it only works with like short pacing, which means the clip needs to end really fast. You can't use sharp velo with a slow pacing because it just doesn't work. But this is sharp velo, right? You have this dragged fully to the left, which causes it to slow down a lot. But this being a little bit to the right gives it movement in the beginning and like a little bit down as well. Like you can even do something like this if you really want to do it like smoother, but with a sharper ending. You see, this is like a smooth beginning, but it's sharp on the end.
Yeah.
Which is nice, actually. This is not a bad graph. Now, if you want to do velo that is like actually smooth, you would take this and put this around here, like this, and then you would take this and put this around here, which what this does, is, as you can see on the graph would be way more circular than it was the last time. You have this, right? So there's a lot of movement in the beginning, and there's still like room to breathe in the end. You see? Like this has a consistent movement. It doesn't stop moving. Now let's do like the same thing on the scar. It's kind of the same thing, I'll be honest. Like also, if something like this happens to you and you can't reach the keyframe, what you can do is this is a really good tip actually. Like you double click timer map, which selects all the keyframes, then you hold shift and then you select all the keyframes that you do use. And then the keyframe and then you can delete.
Oh,
Because that will select everything, then deselect what you use. And then you can
wait,
delete the
so
rest.
wait, how do I do it?
You double click on timer map. Double clicking on the name of an effect, like in the timeline, will
oh.
automatically click on all keyframes. And then shift clicking will have you deselect. It's like how shift clicking is selecting, and then you can deselect. Select, deselect.
Oh, that's actually
So you double click on both and then you do this, and then you remove. Now, with the scar, it would look something like, let's say, I would personally like something like this on the scar because this will have impact, but it'll also go slow. You see that this is just a tad bit higher than this. It would be
yeah.
massively different if it was like this. Like, let me show you the difference. I doubt you'll actually see it. This needs to be higher. Also, with anything spray down related, pan crop means everything. Pan crop is all the movement you're gonna get. Hence why like pan crop is as important as velo, if not more. Yeah, I'm doing that after.
Yes.
Okay. See, this is gonna be a little bit sharper. Yeah, I fuck with this more. So you've done your velo, right? Now you want to do the pan crop. There's two different types of pan crops that you should do. Okay, there's three different types. One of them is not really memorable. One is like the other two are really important. There's a zoom in, a zoom out, and a screen pump. So let's say you wanna a screen pump would usually be applicable only in situations where you really could use it. Like, okay, let's like I'll do a scope in as well. Velo, like scope in Velo would be useful. Let me listen. Okay, so this is how a scope in looks like, by the way. You go to the first frame of the scope in, you'll see that the gun jumps a little bit. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't jump because yeah, I saw this recording on the scope in. So you go like around here, you see, where you can already see intent to scope pretty much. Then the one frame before your scope frame should look like this. Then
Oh.
3 frames, but no, I don't have enough frames here. I would usually I would just extend this.
Repeat that?
It doesn't. Okay, first of all,
Okay,
just so you
okay,
know,
okay.
another like general rule, not a rule, but like another like general thing is that I would say like you can skip a beat. Like they can like go like 1 frame before or 1 frame after the beat. Sometimes it's not that bad. If it helps you with your keyframe placement, it's really not that bad. But on a scope in, what I would usually do is I would usually put a keyframe in the middle, that is here, right? And then it would look something like a scope in would look something like this.
Oh. So
This is usually how I make a scope in. Wait, this is actually ass. Hold up.
That's not
My brain's not
terrible.
working. No, that's horrible. That's
It's
horrible.
not.
That's really bad.
It's not as bad as you're putting it out to be. It's okay. It's not something that you should keep. But like, that's even worse.
Wait. Yeah. There's a lot of trial and error.
What you had before was better than what you have right now.
You know, I'll just go like. I'll go here. That's fucking better. That's so much better. All right. I got like
You got
3
so much
frames
leg
with
room now.
there. I got 3 frames before end. This is good. Like having like 5 frames before, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6, 7 actually, but that's fine. That's usable. Like I really like having like 5 frames before start and then 3 frames before end. That's like personal favorite for scoping. And I could drag this down a little bit. Yeah. Now that lacks impact, so
wait, so the scope in, like the actual scope in would just be slow fast, like in
I don't understand the question.
Like,
And wait, this can be like here. Yeah, on the script, and this can be like here, and this
yeah,
can be
yeah,
like
yeah,
this. Yeah, that works. Also, you want to give more leg room to this because it's coming right after a running. Right after a run, the scoping is different. The scoping item is different because, let's say you're not right after a run, it starts around here. This is the frame where it starts, sort of. So you're gonna have way more leg room to a one that comes right after a run. So this is the graph I usually do for scoping. I mean, it's pretty. It's like I just kind of give it some like I make it kind of smooth in the beginning, then in the end, I give it like doing this will make it like sharp, but doing this will give it 2 frames of ramping up instead of 1. If it was like this, it would look like this. There would be no movement, right? So doing something
yeah.
like this gives it like 2 frames. Now, the different pen crops that you can do with a scoping is probably like the first one you can do is like the obvious one, which is like what people often do. It's like going up to like no, not 400, but going like to like 300. Let's say. Here, what do you do on the scoping?
What
What do you do
on
on
a
a
scope
scoping?
in?
What pen crop do you do on a scoping?
Typically positive to back to normal.
Yeah, that's also one. Um, there's some people do screen pump. Honestly, screen pumps are not a great idea unless you like intentionally use them. You never should default to screen pumps, in my opinion. Some people do. Some people are good at it. I personally hate it.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know.
Use it only if you have to.
You see, like this is how like a fucking screen pump's gonna look like. Like, it's probably done poorly because I never ever do screen pumps. Yeah, no, this is like a good screen pump. But this is how it's gonna look like, right? Which, right? Which, honestly, it ruins the impact because it starts movement right before like the actual point of movement. Now, another way to do pen crop on a scope in and a scope out is to go until 1 frame before and do it like 125, and then here like 170, and then until the end 100, which looks like pretty much a zoom in.
So many fucking keyframes.
No, that's like normal. Like default.
No. I know for
zoom in.
scale. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not
Okay,
a
yeah.
lot for scale.
Default, zoom in, default, and then zoom in and then zoom out. So it's pretty much a zoom in and then a zoom out, but you kind of want to do something like this maybe. Like you take like this handle and put it like something like this, I'd say, instead of this, because this will give no movement, right? Look at this graph. This graph is like obvious movement. This graph is no movement. This graph is just sharp. Hence why it kind of has no point. Look at the difference, right? Just look at the difference here. There's no movement here. But if you put the graph like down and then you put this something like this, there's way more movement. The zoom in becomes interesting. Like, look at this. This is just sharp for no reason, and this is actually like, I don't know. This feels right, I'd say. And then for this sort of sharp, not incredibly sharp, but not smooth. Definitely not smooth. Something like this, you could say. That's also nice. Like that's also a thing you can do. Honestly, you can even make this smooth, to be honest, because it's like, actually, yeah, this can be smooth. I like this less than zooming in, but this works as well. This is just 2 zoom outs. Yeah, it works. It definitely works.
As long as it works, that's the main
Yeah.
key in everything.
Now, on the scar here, a lot of people who don't really do much paint crop would default to doing something like doing like this, right? Zooming out. You zoom out on impact, right? The obvious like, haha, I zoom out on impact. I hate defaulting to zooming out on impact because zooming in is also a really impactful thing, right? So you look at this, you look at something like this, right? And let's say he just did that scar shot. And of course you can zoom out, and of course it's not going to look bad, right? Like, you know, let me also add, wait a minute. Oh, what? Fuck. I'm using the wait. I'm using the bad prereq. There we go.
Lol. Prereq.
Yes, 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 yes.
My
Yes,
favorite.
yes. My
Poopy
favorite.
Butthole. Poopy butthole.
Nebula, shut up.
All right. So
All right, let me get
this
like a
is like.
sweetener. We
All
need
right,
a
that's too
sweetener.
much here. Okay. So let's say you have like obviously like a spray down and then this. Wait, that's too little movement. What's gonna end up happening when you just default to zooming out on impact is you're gonna end up getting screen bumps.
Screen pumps are actually kind of gross sometimes.
Screen pumps are really fucking gross, but a lot
I-
of people default to them because they think that's their only option.
But it's
You
not.
have to
though,
know
that's
that
the
screen pumping is
thing.
not your only
Screen
option.
pump's disgusting. Like at times, screen pumps can be disgusting.
Look,
Big here,
right,
like okay.
Let me just show you the difference though. It's a really important difference between what is transform. What? Never mind. Let me show you the difference
That's-
between a like a how's it called? A spray down with no pan crop to a spray down with pan crop, right? So you see, it sprays down, then it goes slow, right? Now,
Yeah, that's what
you
mine
can
is.
obviously zoom out on the slow, as I've shown before, but another thing that you can do is to, let's say, zoom in here to like 135, right? And then here you can go to like 145, and then here you go to like 180, right? You just keep zooming in. And that can lead to something like here you want impact, right? So that can lead to something like this.
Not too bad.
Which makes way more sense when you
Yeah,
actually think about it. And
absolutely.
this is really way too sharp. Wait, one sec. I feel like this lacks impact now because I zoomed in too much in the beginning. So I go from like 120 to like. Wait a minute. Honestly, I can do something like really like. Yeah, which is pretty much like. This works, right? You can obviously polish it. This is really unpolished, but that's like another good thing about Minecraft. Don't be afraid to zoom in. Zooming in is fucking powerful. Look at Kira's edit.
Yes,
Uh,
chief.
I dare you're gonna bring it up.
Alright, look at here.
Yeah, but that's it for Pancrop. Now, shakes.
Oh,
Shake time, shake time.
Shake time is the worst time. I'll be honest. That's the time that you don't enjoy
Okay, never
whatsoever.
mind.
So
No,
let
shake time.
me wait. What you say, Nathan? Of course.
what the? Why? What the fuck? What did I do?
Okay. Now let
Yes,
me
keep
use.
talking, bro.
I'll use this as reference because I kind of like the shakes on here. Where is it? This specific
the
frag.
HC?
I actually like this frag. Okay. So can use this part as reference. This is the exact same thing I just showed you, but obviously more polished because I took like 10 minutes just to do this for this like shit. Now, I would say that's decently clean. The reason that it works is because other than the obvious pen crop, right? Where's the pen crop? Yeah, I remember I put another keyframe in the middle. Like, yeah, I zoomed it out, then I zoomed it in, then I did the like really big impact. Zooming something out and then zooming it in is actually really powerful as well. I forgot to mention that. I personally love doing it on the clip because that gives you like way more leisure. And also, if you do opacity transitions, you want to have shakes on the clip too, because you can't have them on an adjustment layer. You know what I mean? Like here, some shakes are on like on my POV, my shakes are on adjustment layers because you never really transition like I don't know, you never really opacity transition a POV unless it's a scorpion. But here, as you can see on this cine has no shake. This cine only has a shake here. Let me find another cine. Like this one. Yeah, this one has a shake on the cine itself because it comes in with an opacity fade. And also, this is also pan crop. This entire cine is pan crop. Just so you know, like this one. Preferably instead of like above, because if you add it above, then it's gonna shake the layer under too. Like this specific cine was saved by pan crop. Let me show you the cine without pan crop. This is how the cine looks like without pan crop. Ignore this, right? But this is how the cine looks like without pan crop. Like it's all right. I do really smooth velo on my cine's here, but the pan crop look, you saved it. This is how the pan crop looks like. I zoom. I start on 200. I've been doing that this entire edit. That's all I've been doing. I start on 200. I zoom out to 100 or like 105. That lets you keep like some transform, like some position, and then you zoom back in. I always do that. I don't know why. It looks nice to me. You zoom out and then zoom back in. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Look. This. Look at this. Look at this for a minute. Like, you see what happens here, right? It zooms out, then it zooms back, then it zooms back in. I start with like a full frame zoom out because if I were only zooming in, it would look like it wouldn't look bad, but it wouldn't look as good. Look, this is it with only zooming in. This is the same clip with only zooming in. Do you understand? Like, do you see the difference? And now here it is with the zoom in. This is how the pan crop looks like on this. It's like, yeah, it's just a zoom out, like a. Oh, it's a one frame. Yeah, it's a one frame zoom out, literally. Oh wait, no, it's not. I'm retarded. I moved it. Yeah, it's 4 frames. It's a 4 frame zoom out into like another 4 frame zoom in into the impact, and the impact is like obviously just like this, like the same as like the. You remember that sharp velo curve?
I love
That's how we
Aldo.
do the impact.
Nebula, shut up.
Now, shakes is a weird subject because most of my shakes are presets that I made, and I can't really explain shakes. I would just say that tilt shake is important to know about. There's tilt shake, Y shake, and X shake, right? Now, Y shake and X shake can be very sharp, but at the same time, they can be really smooth. But tilt shake, you kind of want it to be smooth. You don't want a sharp tilt shake. That just, I'd say personally, that looks bad.
Are
No,
you stealing from Aries project file?
look, this is the sequence without shakes, and this is it with shakes. The shakes kind of save it. I can't really explain. I'm not good enough at shakes to explain why they work, but
No, they just
Like-
make everything better sometimes.
yeah, shake not sometimes, always. Shakes always
No,
make it.
it's not always because sometimes.
Like,
sometimes
where do I even
it
put
could
the
just
shakes?
be good without shake. What do you mean?
Like, do I need to put shakes on every single clip, or is it just like
Yes,
certain-
yes.
No,
It's
not
not
even.
a choice.
Oh,
No. You have to put shakes on everything.
It depends what kind of style you're doing.
Oh, of course, but if you do a full edit, then yeah. Also,
Oh.
this cine is fully pan crop. Just so you know. Like, this is the cine without pan crop. This is the cine without pan crop.
Oh my god.
This is so bad. This is such a bad cine. Pan crop is insanely powerful. Like, let me just show it again with Pancrop. Where is it? Wait. Zoom out, let's zoom in. I'll be honest, if you guys can't do shakes, I don't really know how to explain shakes, but the way I learn shakes is
Guys,
project
bro,
file.
I can
You just
hook
look
you
at
up.
other
I
people's
have
shakes
Aries
and understand
project
how it
file,
works.
guys. I can hook you up.
No, the shakes on that suck.
I'm not hooking you up, no. And but the amount of times I've gone to that project file, Aries,
It's a good project file. Like, it's a
It
decent
is.
project file.
it's just fucking, dude. You don't know how to sort anything. It's all
I
over
know.
the place. I'm the same though. I'm the same.
I mean, listen, I started with sorting it out, then I did the entire edit like in like like a main. Wait, what is this?
Okay, wait. You guys have seen Vase Fan Club, right? You've seen Aries' part.
Yeah, the
Aries, how
best.
long was your
Oh,
part?
this song.
Aries,
Wait,
how long was your part in Vase Fan Club?
15
anyway,
seconds.
Yeah. So the project file is 42 megabytes.
oh my god.
Reason
Wait, what
being
the fuck?
is Aries has like 80 pre-comps in there that he doesn't use.
Wait a minute.
What?